Any men's team stick out to you that really has a chance to make a good run?
I'm gonna say this. Next to the Western Conference, the Eastern Conference, and the Euro League, the SEC is the best league in basketball outside of those things. I think they have so many teams. I think they're like 8 to 10 deep in that conference where they can be beat on any given night. Obviously, Duke having Cooper Flag is a favorite. They've had an incredible year. There's some sleepers in there. Penny Hardaway's Memphis Tigers are a sleeper to me. Penny is doing a really good job down there, and I think that program is going to continue to grow. I think they just got about $25 million in NIL money from FedEx, and so I'm expecting big things from Penny on that down there in Memphis. But if I had to make a choice, I'm gonna go with the best player. I think Duke. They're well coached. They're balanced. They have the pedigree. I don't think Cooper will get an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament again. I think he's just a one and
You think
done.
he's out of here, huh?
He's man, you gotta make it happen, in my opinion. And so I still think Duke is the favorite to win it all. But those SEC teams are going to be very dangerous, especially the ones that are seeded a little bit lower.
You ever had one of those moments when you want to elevate your night? Maybe it's a dinner with friends or a celebration that calls for something extra. That's where Grand Marnier comes in. You probably heard of it, but have you tried the signature drink? The Grand Margarita. It's the twist of a classic margarita. It has the smooth richness of Grand Marnier's cognac, and combined with orange liqueur, a bit of citrus, and just the right amount of sweetness. With a taste like that, it's perfect for any occasion. Whether you're chilling at the crib or out with friends, a Grand Marg remixes a regular cocktail into something extraordinary. Don't just settle for a good cocktail when you can have something grand. It's about making your next drink one to remember. So when you're making your next margarita, remix it and make it grand with Grand Marnier. Grand Marnier liqueur, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. 2025 Campari America, New York, New York. Drink with style, drink responsibly.
Keyon, I want to ask you real quick, and this is kind of even off script. The age of college basketball players these days. New rule that JUCO doesn't count against you. You can do 2 years of JUCO and come in as a freshman still.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Auburn, who just got knocked off this weekend by Alabama. Great game. They came down the wire. Bama got them. But that Auburn team, like their average age is older than the Oklahoma City Thunder. They got a 26-year-old on the team, 25-year-olds, some 24-year-olds. It's just so much different from when we played. You know what I mean? Like, one, we didn't do the holdbacks, and you redshirted if you were really hurt. Like I think the portal, and this is not a knock on the kids at all because they're just utilizing the system. I think this obviously is an NCAA problem. But I commented on something a few weeks back where Rick Pitino said, like, we're not even recruiting high school kids this offseason.
Straight out the portal.
That kind of pissed me off because, I mean, when we were coming up, it was for kids turning into men. Now it's for pretty much grown-ass men that probably aren't going to go to the league. You know what I mean? If you think you're 20, and I'm saying this all due respect, if you're 25, 26 playing college sports, unless you're a quarterback, you're probably not going to go to the next level. And I just kind of feel like you're taking up space for young kids with, you know, that are supposed to have this type of opportunity. So what are your thoughts on just kind of the way the NCAA has these kids allowed to play? You got 26-year-olds playing against 18-year-olds. And people say, well, that's how it is in the league, but this is not the league. This is college.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, my thoughts are, Matt, if you let these guys come out early, right, and they go undrafted, let them come back to school, right? So they're still young enough where they can still grow, cultivate, get developed, make some money through NILs and things like that. What happens is when guys leave for the draft and they don't get drafted, you know what I mean? Like you lose a whole demographic of young players that you could potentially welcome back into the system. And so I think there's a loophole for the older guys and the late bloomers, you know, and not to minimize what they're doing. They're showing stick-to-itiveness. Most guys aren't going to play in the NBA.
Stick-to-itiveness.
Come on
now.
That. Come on now. 3 and 4 syllable words.
I see it.
But most guys are not going to play in the league anyway. And so to be able to, you know, have that college experience, come out with a degree, you know, extend, you know, your adolescent years a little bit, I don't necessarily have a problem with it because it's not stopping our top talent from being one and done or going to the OTE or going overseas to play and coming back to the league. And so I think it leaves some room for the college game to, still have some competition, have some competitiveness. But it's a little bit more difficult for the younger guys because their bodies aren't as developed. In the college game, you can still bump and all that as well. So
Okay, I like that's interesting because I don't agree. Like I'm on the side of I feel like this is for colleges for these young kids that are coming in that are 18, 19 to kind of develop to see if they do have a chance to
man,
go to
Dan
the league. But I'm
Gazurak
not.
was not 18 when he came to UCLA.
He was 19. But that's an overseas kid. That's a little different. You know what I
Okay,
mean? But
I feel you. I
but
feel
no,
you.
I'm definitely not mad because, like you said, most kids unfortunately aren't going to go. That's just the nature of the game. Plus, NIL is so crazy right now, so these kids
It
are still
is.
getting a lot of bread during these opportunities. So, like I said, I don't fault the kids at all. Like, take advantage of the system that's provided. But I just think the NCAA, like most times, is on some shit right now. That I think they need to fix that.